Hi, I'm Dr. LindaJoy Rose of Raw Fusion Living for ehow.com, making banana nut bread. Now today I'm going to show you how to make a raw vegan version, and I'll also, if you don't have a dehydrator, teach you how to make a raw fusion version too. We're going to start out with 2 cups of walnuts that have been soaked about 10 or 12 hours. Now the reason you soak your walnuts is because you want to kind of change their consistency, but also you want to get rid of any of the anti-nutrients that are on the skins too. This is one of the tricks that we have in raw food living. Just to break them down into small pieces. And I'm going to reserve a little bit here in this cup so that we can sprinkle it on top and make them look real pretty. Okay, and now I can add the other ingredients. What I have here is ground flaxseed. Both walnuts and flaxseed are an incredible source of omega-3s. They have so much nutrition in this recipe. So these are the flax seeds, and I've ground them. You can use something like a coffee grinder. I keep a dedicated coffee grinder for grinding flaxseed because it's always better the fresher it is. All right, and the flaxseed is what gives it that kind of glue-like consistency. So this is a vegan dish that you don't have to use any eggs with. All right, I used a little drop of salt, and I've got some cinnamon. I've got a couple tablespoons of maple syrup and some vanilla. We've got our bananas. I've got a couple bananas chopped up here. And we're going to put in about a half a cup of water. It might take another couple tablespoons over and beyond a half a cup. And we're just going to blend it to a nice pulp. Okay, we have our batter now. Now this particular dehydrator, this is a tray from a dehydrator, and it has a screen, but it also has this shiny sheet which is coated with a material that's going to help it dehydrate and at the same time be able to peel it off. So the first thing I'm going to do is just pour it on here and form it. Now, if you don't have a dehydrator, what you would do is you can take something like this pan, which would be a brownie pan, and you just want to rub it really good with some coconut oil or vegetable oil. If you use butter, then it's not going to be vegan. And you can just pour this in here. It's not going to rise, and you would be able to bake it at a probably a low temperature, just until you are able to put in a toothpick or a knife and get it to be completely clean when you bring out the knife. And now you can shape this in any way you like to shape it. I like to give it a square, kind of a rectangular shape. And then you want to sprinkle some of these nuts on top too. The advantage to making this in a dehydrator is that all of the nutrients and the enzymes remain as living food. It's one of my favorite dishes, so I wanted to share this with you. All right, you would put this in a dehydrator for about 2 or 3 hours. Then what you can do is you can take your spatula when it's dried on the top and you can make little cuts in it to score it in the shape that you'd like it. After a couple hours, when it's dry enough, you'd be able to peel that away and flip it over onto the screen and let it keep on drying. But as I said, if you don't have a dehydrator, just go ahead and make that in an oven at about 300 or less. And it's probably just going to take about an hour, hour and a half. And this is how it comes out. So you see how you're able to pull that away. And I also cooked it for a little while on the other side too. And you have this really, really nice banana nut bread. I like this as a mid-morning snack. I tend to eat a lot of raw foods. I'll have it with some herb tea. And it's just so good for you. Take a little bit. It's just very moist and still very much alive. I'm Dr. LindaJoy Rose. This has been Banana Nut Bread for ehow.com.